If you wanted to hire him, you had to pick him up. Those were the terms Delcie Bean, then a high school student, outlined to customers when he started his own IT company in 1999. Bean has often prided himself on taking a different approach, which is what he did again 2 years ago when he rolled out an employee stock ownership plan for his Hadley-based company, Paragus. I spoke with employee Austin Hatch and Bean about the approach.
Our culture was always very conducive to treating the employees like owners, but we felt for a couple reasons it made sense to kind of codify that and solidify it from both a legal and financial perspective. But really what it comes down to is we wanted to have a competitive edge and have something that would attract the best talent, and then we wanted to reward that talent by letting them take benefit from the financial gains of the company and have a vested stake in the success of the company.
And a lot of times, my understanding of employee stock ownership program nailed that. That's a mouthful.
ESOP is a lot easier.
I know, and that's more commonly the way people understand it. It's a model that businesses will use when they feel like they're really matured. And while you had been, you founded in '99 as a student, as a high school project, you had some time under your belt, but as I understand it, you saw it as a way for the company to mature, right?
It's very right, and you're also right that we are the uncommon case. Usually it's a succession plan, so an owner leaving a company wants to sell but doesn't want to sell to somebody outside. We're the exception to that, where our motivation was more about getting ready for growth and wanting a team of people who were really solidified and kind of engaged with that growth and had a mutual stake in the outcome of that growth. So we saw it as a kind of a way of our preparation for what we saw was going to be a significant growth to come.
Austin, you joined the company, as I understand it, in 2016, just shortly after the ESOP program became available to employees. Was that a consideration for you?
It was. It was a huge part of my choice in looking at Paragus, was that at the time they were a company moving towards employee ownership, and I thought that was an exciting option to have, and that was the kind of company I wanted to work for.
What was it that made that attractive for you?
It gave me the opportunity to work somewhere that I wasn't just invested in my daily, I go to this job. It was more about, I really am an owner here, and that has a huge impact on not only how I work during the day, but how I think about my work and how it fits into the bigger picture.
In what way?
There's sort of no, mountain too high to climb. There's never a challenge too large, because anything that I do will directly benefit not only myself, but the whole company. And as someone who takes part in owning the company, it's always in my best interest to do as much as I can.
Delcie, for you, did you look at Harpoon or some of the other businesses that are sort of well-known ESOP companies before you decided to do this?
We did. So we did a lot of research. We read a lot of books. And not only did we talk to some of those companies, but they continue to be mentors and supporters. Harpoon, actually, especially, they've come out to our office a couple of times. The founder was at our unveiling ceremony. And Dan told his story about his ESOP and where they came from and how they've used it. And the community is just, especially in New England, is very tight. You can share notes. You can talk about problems. It's really become kind of nice secondary benefit of being an ESOP is this great community of other businesses that are working together to perpetuate something that we believe in.
Also kind of connecting you with companies that you might not think would be in the same boat. Harpoon, obviously beer is what they're doing, right? You're an IT company, you have a yogurt company that's doing this as well. The different types of business model, does that factor in at all?
It does have some impact. I mean, one of the things that can matter is businesses that have really high turnover, retail especially, it's very difficult to do an ESOP because it is about a vested long-term benefit. And so it does require companies where the intent is to have your employees come and stay and grow with you. And so for that, it works really well for a company like a Harpoon or for Paragus, because that is our goal. Our strength is our employees, and we want to have those employees stick around to contribute to grow with the company.
I mentioned a moment ago, you mentioned maybe challenges or unanticipated consequences that this has had. Can you give an example, if you've had one, of a challenge that you've met and how you've worked through it?
I mean, ESOPs are very complex. So the governmental requirements just to be in compliance are very complicated. They're also expensive. They take a lot of revenue out of the company that either would have otherwise gone to something else or gone to profit. And so it's a significant financial investment to make and to remake every single year because it's expensive to create and it's expensive to maintain. And then some of the challenges that you'll face are if you do have turnover, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of work that has to be done to manage that. On top of that, you have to manage your cash requirements because as employees do leave or retire, you have to be in a position to be able to buy back their shares from them. And so it's a financial commitment that in addition to having the ESOP, you also have to be able to be liquid enough to buy back those shares.
You sort of beat me to that question, given that 40% when you initially started this was given in the form of stock to the employees through the ESOP. Did you have to look at it and say, we're not going to do X, Y, or Z, we're not going to offer this other benefit, but we are going to do this instead?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the key thing that we did differently is we previously had a 401k like a lot of companies do, and we still have one, but we used to match what employees contributed to the 401k. We opted to take, and this is what a lot of ESOP companies do, the money we would have spent on matching and put it towards the cost of buying shares to give to the employees. Because they don't have to pay for the shares. They automatically are opted into the program and it costs them nothing. So we have to be able to have the funds to be able to give them those shares every year. And some of that is covered by what used to get spent on 401k matching.
Austin, did you look at that nitty-gritty detail? Did you think, okay, 401k versus ESOP, how could this benefit?
Yeah, when I was looking at Paragus, what I like a lot about how the ESOP is handled is that it's very transparent. There haven't been any surprises. So, it wasn't news that there wasn't this 401k match because instead I had ownership stake. And to me, if I had to choose, I would rather just put a little extra money in my 401k and have the opportunity to own part of this business where I work every day. To me, I think that the benefit is huge in having that ownership stake instead of just, you can get a 401k match anywhere, but you can't always own a company.
So Austin was new coming into the company, very aware that this was an option for them. What was the conversation like with the 40 employees that you had at the time when you made this decision?
Yeah, so the decision was actually made in October of 2014. So we had 2 years to talk about it, to plan for it, to get ready. And when I announced it, I didn't know much about what it was going to mean yet. And so it was mostly just, hey, we're looking at doing this, we're going to be doing this, but it's going to be a lot of learning along the way. And then as we went through that learning and talked to consultants and learned more about what it was going to mean, we then had those an ongoing conversation of, okay, here's the latest update, this is what it's going to mean for the 401k, for example. And so I don't think it ever came as a shock because it wasn't like we surprised the employees one day and the ESOP was already finalized. We announced our intent very early on and then walked them and kind of had them be part of the process of getting from that intent to the final execution, which was almost 2 years later.
So as I understand it, you had the 40 employees and then you were able to grow about 25%, is that right, once you enacted this?
Yeah, so we've grown. We're just over 50 employees now. And
is that the growth you anticipated? Were you hoping for more? Were you surprised at that growth?
That's right around where our targets are. We're a company that likes to plan pretty far in advance, and we've got a pretty good growth plan that we're working on and towards. And I think it put us right about on track. What we didn't maybe expect, or we had hoped but weren't sure if it was going to happen, was the quality of candidates that were applying. And we definitely saw a dramatic change once the ESOP went live with both the quantity but also the quality of candidates. We suddenly became a lot of people's first choice. And we also had a lot of people applying who weren't actually looking for jobs, who had a job but were just hoping that maybe they could get hired at Paragus. That was a very welcome change.
Just one more question I want to ask. I know you started in Springfield, you were there for a bit, but Hadley is where you make your home now. And I think people might look at that different and think, IT company, Hadley? Why did you decide Hadley?
So Hadley has a lot to do with the geographic location of our employees, but also our clients. So we serve clients all the way from Greenfield to from Brattleboro down to Hartford. And so we need to be centrally located to be able to get to those clients quickly and easily. Also, a lot of our staff come from Franklin and Hampshire County, and they don't want to commute necessarily to Hampden County every single day. So it gives us a nice geographic middle point in the Pioneer Valley where we can be central for both hiring an employee, but also for the clients that we're serving.